Human attention spans are at all-time lows, and there's a reason that this ties into crypto, right? So studies have now revealed that the attention span uh, of the general populace is decreasing rapidly. In 2000, the attention span was around 12 seconds, and now it's just 8.25 seconds. Now, if you resonate between, or if you link the attention span to the amount of patience that you would need to make a lot of money during a cryptocurrency bull run, there's a reason why this link exists. This is called like the goldfish effect. Okay. Now, as the rise of TikTok and things like that, human beings just don't spend any time um, without getting triggered to go and do something else. We've got so much information at our fingertips all the time that it's almost become too much information. Like, as human beings, we're kind of computers. We're wired in a certain way, and what tends to happen is an overwhelming amount of information leads us to be more confused than actually knowledgeable about something. Now, the reason why I say this is because in cryptocurrency, you can make a lot of money in a very short space of time. But if we look at other things like the stock market, bonds, so for instance, stock markets historically double money faster, which is around every 7 years. Well, that's a long time. So if you were like back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you're taking years to build what could be considered generational wealth. Bonds are 12 years. That's shit for what we were trying to do, right? But in crypto, it can happen in 24 hours. It can happen in 7 days. It can happen in 3 months. And it can be generational wealth. You've only got to look at the crypto markets. Things like Bitcoin. If you'd have invested in that, even at market lows last time round, you're going to do really, really well. Solana went down to like what, $6? It's now sat there at $203. These are things you won't get in stock markets and bonds and things like that. Now, yeah, there's a massive, much bigger element of risk with crypto, but people need to be more patient. People are starting to panic. People are starting to sell their bags. That's the worrying thing. Now, there's so much bullish sentiment around crypto. It does exist. You have to find it. But most of the time at the minute, everyone's talking low and going, alt season's never coming. It's been postponed. Alt season's over. Now, if you want to believe that, that's absolutely fine. Of course it is. Everyone has to have their own opinion. But I think there's more to it. And I think a lot of the time, people are going, that their attention span's so low, their patience is then, as a result, so low that you'll buy something one day, and if it hasn't gone to 100x the next day, you start to panic. And I'm not meaning 100x, maybe 10x, but people are still panicking, right? And I think it's crazy. You're getting shaken out of potentially generational wealth by selling your bags at less than what you paid for them. This is not financial advice, but it is a concern, and I'm seeing it a lot. I'm seeing this kind of narrative appearing that people are selling well low than what they even bought for. When hold a couple of months, see what happens then. Alt season is coming. It will come, in my personal opinion. So I've shown you this before. Path to alt season, we've gone through this. Bitcoin will make its move. That will happen. Then comes Ethereum. Once Ethereum comes, then all your large caps are going to start going. The likes of Solana, the likes of XRP, the likes of Cardano, all that kind of stuff will start going again. When people take profits from those, they'll start filtering into your lower market cap plays, and your lower market cap plays will go, yes, there is a lot more coins this time around than there was in 2021, but attention is where that'll be focused on. The more things that are spoken about, that's where the money's going to be made, right? So if we look at this is from Crypto Rover on X. Ethereum is the most oversold ever. We all know what's coming next. So as we know, like Ethereum's coming down, but when that hits that line, when it starts getting bought up, and we know that Trump's buying it, we know that ETFs are buying it, people are buying it on a large scale. It's not changing the price because of manipulation in the market. We know that exists. When Ethereum goes, it's going to go, and when it goes big, once then profits start getting taken, it's going to start going into the altcoins that we all hold, love, some hate, but it's going to do that. So here's another one from alt season. The alt season will come back. Don't worry. Next 3 months will be huge. Now, the time frame might be different. It might not be 3 months. It might be 6. It might be 9. We're still in February of 2025. We're in like this weird period. And I think it's market manipulation. But we've seen this before. 17, bang, down again. 2021, up, down again. 2025, it's going to be bigger again. This is how an emergent asset class behaves. We just don't know because we haven't seen it so many times. One thing I want to talk about as well is Trias. I was quite bullish on Trias. I'm a little bit annoyed by the lack of communication from the team. We do now have the slimmest of updates. This is on their X. This is actually Captain Jack, but I saw this on their Telegram. It says, "Hi everyone, our team is back from the holiday break and has been hard at work these past 2 days preparing the next update announcement. Please stay tuned. Some news is dropping this week." So hopefully when this news drops, I'll make a video about it. We can find out what's actually going on with Trias. The lack of communication concerns me. I was massively bullish on Trias. I still am, because I still believe if they get it right and do what they say they can do, we could have a massive alt season with Trias. Trias at the minute, $1.83. It's up over the past 24 hours. But if we look at its max chart, and again, a lot of the time it is important to zoom out. It had its run. It did absolutely nothing. Then we had a nice run there, but we were buying it down here. It made a nice massive run. It's come down below that, which isn't great, and it does annoy you. Obviously, it's not something you want to see happening. But there's been a lot of negative press. They had the KuCoin delisting. They've had a lot of problems. They've had the fact that they've got to swap the people's tokens who had held it on KuCoin and things like that. Hopefully, this week we'll have some kind of an update. We know what's going to go on after that. And hopefully, once the update is positive, if it is positive, we could see this chart absolutely skyrocket, because a lot of people who are smart, I'm not saying you're not smart, I'm saying a lot of smart money, I think, is accumulating this in the background at smaller prices. Again, that's not financial advice. This as well is really interesting for SPX 6900 holders. This is in Uedo, Seoul. So Seoul's Korea's capital. I think it's South Korea's capital. It's the main finance district, media investment banking district, like Wall Street, or Korean's version of Wall Street. And they've got billboards, or graphics that are coming up on these buildings. I don't know if this is 100%. I wasn't there to take this footage, but if it is true, then this is big. People are going to see this. Another marketplace is going to see this. We know it's getting listed on loads of different things lately. It's becoming a very popular meme, and it is quite exciting if you're holders of SPX 6900. Again, today the chart is up 13%. The price is up 13%. That's good. It's bullish. And again, if you look at the max chart, it is, it's holding really well considering. Yeah, it peaked, but it's starting to get that leg up again. Could this be the time? Potentially. I think alt season is on its way. This was interesting as well, because when it comes to meme coins, I still wouldn't sleep on Flocky either. This is some Flocky news. I know we don't talk about Flocky too much, but it's setting up for something big. While the markets shake out weak hands, which I think is exactly what's happening here, the big institutions are making you scared, making you fearful, and taking what could potentially be your generational wealth by you selling it to them, again, because I think your attention span and your patience is very, very low and wearing very thin. Because we are like, we need to do it now. Whereas the bigger institutions can take that bit of time. They don't need to sell their coins to go and put food on the table. They don't need to sell their coins to pay their bills. For them, this is what it is, an investment, and they can take that level of risk without it affecting their lives. We are obviously slightly different to that. We try and get in as much as we can, because we know that when it does go, we're going to get that generational wealth, or even enough wealth for you to be able to quit your 9 to 5 maybe and set up your own business, change your life in whatever way it is. Life-changing money, as I said before, is very different to very different people. However you want to do that. Your life-changing wealth might be your life-changing money might be $100,000. That might be enough for you to do what you want to do, and then set yourself up as a springboard for something else. But if you're getting shaken out of it, that'll never happen. You might come back in 2027 and start doing the whole process again, hoping that this time will be different. And in reality, it won't be, because you'll have the same fears and the same mindset. Once you've made it, your mindset will change. I imagine, I haven't made it yet, but I imagine it would. My mindset has changed significantly over the past 4 years. So here's why this guy, great trader Ryu, is still mega bullish on Flocky. Institutional adoption is growing with their first ETP. The ETF discussions are progressing. The Valhalla play to earn is getting closer. Burn mechanisms are intensifying. Airdrops are incoming. And BNB's changed top meme. The market moves in waves, but strong projects always come out on top. Flocky isn't just another meme coin, it's a movement. And again, it's one of those ones that have got a really good engaged community. Murad, he said that everything you've seen so far is a small glimpse of what is yet to come. Meme coins will go to trillions. Now, he could be right, he could be wrong. We've got to take everything with a pinch of salt within this space. But when meme coins do go, will they go to trillions? Like a numerous amount of meme coins go to trillions? It's possible. You just don't know. Will the money printer start turning back on? Will we go quantitative easing? Will we have these things? Because we've had on the negative side, we've had tariffs, we've had election days that have pumped their own meme coins and things like that. We've had loads of different bits of news that appear to be bearish and has tanked a lot of the markets and it's took a lot of people out, which is unfortunate because I still believe that we are in the path to alt season and we are going to make massive money as a collective. You know, not just people who've watched this channel, but people who watch all the other channels. And there is a massive swell of bullish information that's coming through almost daily. But you only really look for the negative when everyone's mindset's negative. The same way when FOMO kicks in, everyone's looking for the positive when the mindset's positive. And a lot of the time, they're going to come in and buy the tops and get absolutely wrecked. We don't want anyone to do that, especially anyone watching this channel. You know, we don't want this to happen. And this is why we've got to be smart. We've got to start not worrying about what some of these markets look like sometimes, because we know that the longer term play, and when I say longer term, I'm talking 3, 6, 9, 12 months, not 7 years that it takes in stocks, 12 years that it takes in bonds. And even then, are the gains going to be as massive as they would be in crypto? Yeah, there's an element of risk. Are you going to take that risk to change your life? I don't know. Your risk tolerance is completely down to yourselves. This is another one. Michael Saylor. I mean, he must own about how many bitcoins is that guy getting? So he's bought another 7,633 bitcoins worth $742 million. This is bullish. He's not stupid. He's buying it for a reason, and he's not buying it to lose money, is he? So think about that. It's got to be worth thinking about. This is a bit of information on Supra. I'm really bullish on Supra. You could say super bullish, but that's a shit joke. But I know a lot of you guys don't like Supra, but again, it's because it's like so new, and someone said, "Oh, you just pumping your own bags." My bag isn't big enough. I'm probably one of the smallest Supra holders. I'm just very bullish on the project, and I want to talk about the project because I think it's interesting. And to be fair, if this does go and do 100x, that's fantastic for all you guys that got in. It'd be fantastic for me as well, but it won't be life-changing like it will be for some of you guys who've got big money in here. But here are some of the solid facts about Supra Labs, which I think is really interesting. And I'm sure most of crypto Twitter isn't aware of. I don't think most of crypto YouTube is aware of it either. But Supra has a total of 238 partnerships so far in various sectors. So they've got 19 in NFTs, 6 corporate partners, 57 in GameFi, 58 in DeFi, 20 in data providers, 2 in insurance, 2 in tokenized stocks, 3 in staking, 7 in payments, 7 in Web3, 2 in trading, 1 in supply chain, 4 in metaverse, 1 in renewable energy. Again, you know, them sort of narratives push. Social networking, there's 3 in that, 3 in DAOs, 1 in VCs, 18 in layer 1s, 1 in infrastructure, and 23 in layer 2s. So who else thinks that YouTube and crypto Twitter is sleeping on Supra Labs? This was a really interesting post by Yield Coach Me, so go feel free to give them a follow. Supra Labs is actively working with developers to build out Bitcoin DeFi protocols using Supra's powerful Oracle price feeds and randomness services, to take their Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem to the next level. Supra Labs is not just another blockchain layer 1 in a sea of layer 1s. Where have we gone too far? They become an essential infrastructure for the future of Bitcoin Fi and DeFi. And I think this is interesting. If we look at Supra's price today, it is up. Great. That's what we want. We want it to keep going up. But obviously, there'll be pullbacks along the way. The max chart on Supra, people are a bit concerned about. I don't see why. It seems like it's just, you know, coming into a real big, I think people are consolidating and then I think it'll jump up. But that, again, not financial advice. That's just my opinion. And a lot of the time, again, I've said this before, when you're fearful, when people are trying to shake you out of your bags, and these big companies will keep doing that, they manipulate the media, they can do whatever they want, they can put the narrative they want across. Don't get shaken out by it. Use your own mind, have a look, see what you think's bullish. Wherever you go, you'll find an echo chamber for something. But the mainstream media is probably the biggest echo chamber, which echoes the thoughts of these big institutions because they want to make you sell as low as you possibly can so they can buy it. And then they want to make you FOMO in when they want to sell it. And that's the reality. So you've got to try and navigate through that. And a lot of people will fail to do that. Just don't be one of those. I want you to do really, really well. I want you to do life-changing gains, and whatever the gains you need to be life-changing, I want you to achieve that. I think we're at a very, very interesting time in crypto because right now we're on the precipice. And I'm not saying, I'm not going to give you a time frame, but we are on the precipice. It's not going to be fucking 7 years though, right? So if you're ever in doubt, again, pull out. Not contraceptive advice, because zoom out is probably a better way to say it. Have a look. See how it's gone exponentially up over time. Don't have to wait 7 years. Don't have to wait 4 years. We are in that bit now. If you're new to crypto right now, you're getting massive, massive discounts. Take advantage of them. Sell them as high as you can. Again, not financial advice, just what I would be doing. So if you like this video, please smash the like button. I really do appreciate you guys do that. Subscriber-wise, getting close to 5,300 now, so it is growing really nicely. So I really do appreciate all of you for doing that. There's links in the description for MEXC as well. If you want to get an account with them, it does help the channel out. So thank you for everyone who's done that so far. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.